Federal officers are under attack at this very moment in Portland. As we broadcast, masked militants are hurling explosives at the ICE facility while DHS Secretary Kristi Noem races through the city in an armored convoy. What you're witnessing is not a protest. It's coordinated warfare against the United States government. Officers with burns and broken bones, a federal judge blocking reinforcement while claiming the violence isn't happening. FBI and Treasury agents tracking money trails that lead to names you'd recognize. One specifically, George Soros. This is the battle for Portland, and it's playing out in real time. The footage is shocking. The betrayal runs deep, and what happens in the next few hours could determine whether federal law exists anymore. Don't look away. Now, Portland's chaos demands clear thinking about your health. A meta-analysis of 23 controlled trials showed people taking collagen supplements saw real improvements in skin hydration, elasticity, and reductions in wrinkle depth. That means collagen isn't just a beauty fad. It's one of the most studied supplements proven to actually change how your skin looks and feels. That's why I use Ageless Multi-Collagen. It supercharges skin with 5 types of premium collagen. Since I started taking daily collagen, I've noticed smoother skin, more elasticity, fewer fine lines, and a youthful glow. Plus, improved joint health and bone strength. Get 51% off at healthwithgary.com. You'll find the link down below. Now, it's not all chaos in Portland. There is some bizarre characters taking to the streets as well. This particular post says, I want to hang out with the Portland frog that scares ICE. So you have grown men or women or whatever dressing as frogs at protests. Here is the moment the DHS Secretary Kristi Noem arriving at the Portland ICE facility, which is facing relentless siege by Antifa, left-wing militants night after night. Portland must be saved and secured. The bulk of citizens who live here are fed up. Looks like there's no audio on this clip, but you can see her rolling in with her motorcade into Portland. In the background, you can see what looks like some protesters, some press. As you know, we reported yesterday when Noem arrived at the Broadview Police Department, she was turned away. They locked the doors on her, refused to let her in or her team to use the bathroom. That was Chicago. This is now Portland. It appears she's moving from hot zone to hot zone because she is the head of DHS, which is, of course, the head of Border Patrol, ICE, attempting to support them. Now, here's some interesting footage. Now, I'm going to bring this up full screen so you guys can see it better, but look at that. Snipers on the roof of a ICE facility. Clear as day. You can see them up there. Now, why would they be up there? Why? Well, if you recall, what was it, last week? Was it 2 weeks ago? There were snipers shooting into ICE facilities in Texas. All right? And these Antifa agitators, these Antifa terrorists, I should say domestic terrorists, as they've been officially declared by the United States, are throwing Molotovs, well, not Molotovs, but fireworks into the ICE facilities.
They're up there shooting fucking rubber bullets down at this crowd, and listen, they ain't doing shit. They're just standing there flipping them off.
Trying to get the footage that we showed you yesterday. I've got to just refresh the app. I don't think we have it saved for today, but I have to show it to you because it's absolutely insane. This was Portland. Where's that shot? It is just insane what is happening there. Where is that shot? Where is it? Yeah, so, wait. Where is that damn footage? Seriously? Whatever. Todd, see if you could find that footage from yesterday with the fireworks blowing up, please. Put it in the folder. I don't want to spend the rest of this show. Here is... Come on. Here's more Antifa insurgents attacking federal officers every time federal workers enter or leave the ICE facility. The federal judge now blocking National Guard troops says this is not happening.
All right, here we go. Federal agents coming out. Boom. Federal agents are coming out right out of the Portland ICE building. They're clearing the crowd right now.
We love you guys. Thank you, ICE. Thank you.
They're getting ready for... Oh, looks like there's another skirmish. There's another melee. Looks like there's another melee. He is... Wow. Two people on the ground. 3 people on the ground. Yes, sir. Incredible crowd here. People chanting. Looks like federal officers are also assisting with non-lethal rounds right now coming off the roof. Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! All right, here we go. Federal agents coming out. Boom.
Okay, I found the footage. Here it is. This is the footage of, this is just insane. Was 24 hours ago. But of course, it's not happening, right? Secretary Noem in Portland meeting with the mayor.
Disappointed. The chief asked if I wanted to meet with the mayor, and I said absolutely. Came back and just met with the mayor, and I'm so extremely disappointed. He's continuing to play politics, did not commit to any of those promises, and said that he'd give me an answer by tomorrow. And I'm hopeful that he will. What I told him is that if he did not follow through on some of these security measures for our officers, we were going to cover him up. with more federal resources, and that we were going to send 4 times the amount of federal officers here so that the people of Portland could have some safety. They could have some security. Today, Jesse, we went and got a sex offender off the streets here in Portland that had been violating minors, and we're going to bring him to justice. And this Portland mayor tried to brag about him making our streets safer. No, absolutely not. It is our federal CBP and ICE officers that are cleaning up this city, and every single day they're going to stay dedicated to doing that. The chief asked.
Yeah. What else have we got here? Here is Press Secretary Karen Poroshenko. Yesterday, Press Secretary's press briefing proved they have absolutely no clue how Antifa is organizing or how they're funded. Well, this is the question that was raised about Soros.
So we're talking about these radical groups in Portland and Chicago. I know the president has spoken about potentially going after George Soros with RICO charges and for funding all of this violence. Has there been any update on that? And also, is the administration looking into the other nonprofits, maybe taking away their 501c3 status for funding this violence? And then I have one more question.
Sure. The financial backing of these groups, particularly Antifa, is certainly something the administration is looking into aggressively. And the federal government has never really been mobilized or tasked with doing that. So we're kind of kickstarting that into gear. The FBI is working on it alongside the White House's Homeland Security Task Force. We have our intelligence community looking into this as well. And even the Secretary of Treasury is involved with these matters since they are financial in nature. And we will continue to get to the bottom of who is funding these organizations in this organized anarchy against our country and our government. It's a question the American people have been begging the answer for many years, and we're committed to uncovering it. And when we do, I'm sure you'll be one of the first people to know.
So we're talking
Soros getting put on notice, but let's see what Karen has to say. Sounds like she has some deeper insight into this. It's a 7-minute clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I want to hear what she has to say
on that. And also, is the
Secretary of Treasury
because they have no fucking idea. They have no fucking idea. Have I not been telling you guys that the White House has no clue because they have not been monitoring these groups? You know, people come onto my channel all the time. They're like, Carlin, do you really think that you know more than the government? Yes. 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 I absolutely 1000% believe I know more than the government. Do you want to know why? I didn't have to ramp up any sort of investigative effort to know exactly who funds Antifa because I have been going undercover with Antifa and the far left for 3 fucking years. And I was monitoring them before that. I didn't have to ramp up a fucking advisory committee to know the answer. Because I have been in their spaces, I've been in their private conversations, I've been watching their meetings for years. All of this stuff is on the internet. They are absolutely clueless. You know, people say to me all the time, they're like, Carlin, don't you think the feds have infiltrated Antifa? And I say, no, I don't. Because if they had infiltrated Antifa, they would know more information than they do. And the thing of it is, if the feds were really embedded with Antifa, like people keep telling me they are, then there would be no need to ramp up investigations because the government has never been tasked with investigating the finances of Antifa before. I told you guys, they have no clue what's going on. They have no clue. And I'm sorry, Trump...
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to disagree here. I think that maybe they have not been embedded, but it takes time. And they've finally been declared a terrorist organization, domestic terrorist organization. So, I mean, it's pretty clear that they needed to have a declaration before they could go in and start these investigations. So we're going to have to wait and see how this all unfolds. But all hell is breaking loose in Portland. I mean, the press secretary smacked down Caitlin Collins for denying
I would encourage you as a reporter to go on the ground and to take a look at for yourself, because there's been many members of the press, not press in this room, but independent journalists, some of whom we'll be inviting to the White House very soon to share their stories, because they have been in the middle of these riots and they have witnessed the anarchy that is taking place night after night. It's on video. You should play it on your show. You have a great opportunity on prime time on CNN to show your audience. Yeah, but you're probably talking to partisan Democrat officials who are opposed to everything this president does. You should also ask the people who live in Portland. We've actually heard from many members of the community who have said that this is complete civil disobedience. It's a mess. It's been loud. It's been troubling for neighbors in the community who are just trying to live peacefully. And these people are not there to peacefully protest. They are there to cause mayhem and havoc.
And you saw some of that mayhem and havoc. If you got value for this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is what insurrection actually looks like. Not protesters with flags on January 6th, but masked terrorists firebombing federal facilities night after night. Well, a federal judge claims the violence isn't happening. Officers are being carried out on stretchers with third-degree burns. The FBI and Treasury are tracking funding sources that would shock you direct to George Soros. His organizations pouring millions into domestic terrorism while hiding behind nonprofit status. Kristi Noem didn't come to Portland for a photo op. She came because local officials have surrendered the city to anarchists. When federal law enforcement can't even do their job, enter their own buildings without military escort, we've lost the rule of law. So here's my question. Should federal agents be authorized to use whatever force necessary to defend themselves against Antifa attacks? Yes or no? Drop your answer below. This is the battle for the soul of America playing out on Portland streets. Stand with law and order. Make sure you check out our American Badass collection at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.